Samku Juhar. I'll start with Sambalpuri. Although my friend who is the guest, okay, he's not from Sambalpur, will start with Sambalpuri. So Aji, ame gute next episode amar jenta Aji koruchu. तार लगी अरुण भरद्वाज हुजन आमर गेस्ट आउ गोटे नुआ कम्युनिटी विषय आम जानमा समको जुहार आउ गणेश पूजा लगी समको अभिनंदन विश्वकर्मा पूजा लगी भी अभिनंदन तो आसुन आमे अरुण भरद्वाज के इनवाइट करवा हेलो अरुण
Hello, namaste, and namaskara
नमस्ते
to all our
जो मैं बोला
and
मैं थोड़ा
namaskar.
कन्नड़ा में बोल जो मैं बोला मैं
Yeah,
थोड़ा कन्नड़ा में कोशिश करता हूँ ठीक है
हाँ, ठीक है, हाँ.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಇದು ಬಗ್ ಶೋಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಇವತ್ತು
सुस्वागत. हाँ.
ಇವತ್ತು ವಿಶ್ವಕರ್ಮ ಪೂಜಾ ನಾಳೆ ಗೌರಿ ಗಣೇಶ ಪೂಜಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವಿಶ್ವಕರ್ಮ ಪೂಜಾಗೆ ಗೌರಿ ಗಣೇಶ ಪೂಜಾಕ್ಕೆ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ करेक्ट बोला
Excellent, wonderful. ये अभी prepare किए या you already learned it before? You already know it.
not prepared. I know Kannada. I I
Oh,
learned to
okay,
speak the language where I stay. और मैं तो
okay,
हमेशा बोलता हूँ कि people should know the local
हाँ,
language. So
excellent.
right.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
uh,
Okay,
so
namaste to you and namaskara to all our Kannada audience. And how do we say namaste in Sambalpuri? क्या कैसे बोलते हैं?
Johar
जोहार
Johar
to Johar to all our Sambalpuri audience, and hello to
Sambalpuri and
everyone, whoever is
Korea audience.
yeah, Odia also. Yeah, yeah,
So today I'll also learn something new from you. I knew various communities like Kurgi community, Konkani community in Karnataka. Then there are Siddhi community in Karnataka. There are a few
yes.
other communities, uh,
Vokaliga.
Vokaliga community in Karnataka.
Yes,
So all this
yes,
community. And
yes.
believe me, first time I came to know about Sankethi community from you. Okay, I
Okay.
really want to know more about it. Okay, and
Thank you so much. Yeah, and also a lot of Karnataka people themselves don't know about our community.
okay.
Yeah.
So let's start. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, so hello everyone. Let me start this session with a story which I've heard from my forefathers and my grandfathers. Uh, and this story begins from a place called Shankote in down south in Tamil Nadu. I'll share my screen to show you where exactly it is.
You
Viswajit,
can.
I don't know if
Uh,
if
no, no.
uh,
I'm seeing. Okay. Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Uh, okay, if you can see the screen, it's down south. There's a place called Alvar Kurchi. It's in Tirunelveli. It was in Tirunelveli district. Now it's in Tenkasi district of Tamil Nadu. And there's a place called Shenkote, where around which a lot of agraharams were there. Agraharams means a lot of Vedic scholars and Brahmins used to reside. So a lot of people used to stay there, and mostly they were quite poor. So they used to struggle for everyday living also. So that was the situation there. So among them, in this village called Alvar Kuruchi, which is quite close to Shankotai. These people were known as Sankethi Ayers. They are still known as Sankethi Ayers only, and they speak Tamil language mostly. And there was this family of a husband, wife, and a small son who were extremely poor, poorer than most of the other people in that village. So they were always used to constant abuses, humiliation, and lot of tortures from other people in the same community. So that had a very depressing feeling among them. So wherever they used to go, they used to face a lot of humiliation. They didn't have food to eat, and they used to sleep hungry for most of the days. So one day, what happened? All three of them decided to end their lives, to end the suffering and depression. So they decided to consume one oil. Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen here. Biswajit
Okay.
sir, we can, I'll just talk for now. Okay, so there is this medicinal oil called Jyotishmati Taila, which this family used to prepare, and it's made out of lot of medicinal herbs which are found in the Western Ghats. So, and this family was also preparing that for centuries, and in their family. So they decided to drink it, and this oil had some extreme effects on health. I mean, on different people, it has different effects. For example, it may make a man completely mad. It may affect his or her nervous system. It may make that person completely go mad. It may make the person die also. So the person can consume it and die. And also, it has some good effects also. If that oil has some positive effects, that person may become quite brilliant and might become extremely knowledgeable person after consuming it. So they decided to take a chance and drink that oil. So I don't know what's the destiny. That husband of that family, he died. Oh, sorry, husband of that family affected his nervous system and he became completely mad. So he left the house, he ran away from the house, and he roamed around the entire village like a madman. And the son died on the spot immediately after drinking it. But that lady, her name was Nacharu. So, and everyone used to call her Nacharamma. She consumed it and she had a kind of a great sensation within her, and her body became to glow, and her mind became quite bright actually after consuming it. And that indicates that she had a positive effect of that oil, and she became extra brilliant. So subsequently, next day morning, everyone in the village came to know that some tragedy has happened in this house. That person is roaming around here and there, and the son has died. So everyone thought that this lady also will somehow die, or she might become mad or something. So after that, they left it. But that lady became quite knowledgeable, and she began to teach the local community people about how to live life and how to recite Vedas. And she spoke fluent Sanskrit after having that oil. So everyone was surprised, and of course, it was a patriarchal society at that time in that village, and they could not tolerate a woman, and that too who was extremely poor. That she becomes quite a knowledgeable person, and she is teaching the entire village on how to lead life and about karma and all. So they decided that they'll again humiliate her. So then that lady began last rituals of her son, and on the 13th day, 13th day is crucial actually. They have to invite so many people, and that's the last day of ritual. And the community people they decided to humiliate her. They presented her with a sari which was rubbed in soapstone. So they
Hmm.
asked that lady to wear that sari and serve the guests for the food. So if you rub a sari with a soapstone, it becomes quite slippery, and it will not stand on your body. So she was serving food to everyone, and the sari was kept slipping from her body, and everyone started laughing at her. So she was so humiliated after that, and she became very angry, and she cursed the entire community there, that you will curse the entire community with infertility. And she cursed the land also to become barren. Nothing will grow there, and their lives will be very short, and they will lose all their wisdom. So all these curses she gave, and immediately after curse, her mind became quite calm, and she became very relaxed, as if some burden has been relieved out of her. And her voice was so intense that the villagers got scared, and they begged for forgiveness from her, and they asked her to take back the curse. But Nacharu could not take that curse back, because once it came from her tongue, means it will stay there forever. So she said that no, I love every one of you, but unfortunately I can't take the curse back. But the curse will stay in this village. But I'm going to leave this village for good, and I'm going to undertake a long journey and go somewhere else. So families, there were communities there. So 1,000 families decided to migrate along with her. So she led the entire group, and I'll share my screen again. So she decided to migrate and start her journey from Alvar Kurichi all the way to place called Kaushika in Karnataka. So this journey, as you can see, this map shows all national highways and good roads, but at that time it was all forest area. So they decided to undertake this horrendous and torturous journey. They passed through some lands which belong to Pandya kingdom, which is now a part of Tamil Nadu and Kerala. And most of the Tamil Nadu they crossed, and they reached the Mysore kingdom. At that time, it was I think the Hoysalas ruled that particular Kannada kingdom, and they crossed through a place called Hemmige. They stayed there for some time, and they crossed the Shivana Samudra waterfalls. They stayed there, had baths, and it took around 200 years to reach the place called Kaushika, which is in Hassan district of Karnataka. So it and the multiple generations of families grew in that time, and Nacharu also went. She led the entire group along with her. I think she didn't survive the entire journey, but she passed on the wisdom to everyone there. So they reached Kaushika, and by the time they reached Kaushika, they were well versed with all the Vedas, and they were Sanskrit scholars, and they picked up multiple languages. They used to know only Tamil, but over a period of time, they developed Malayalam, and as they reached Karnataka, they developed the Karnataka language, Kannada language as well, and they got good patronage from the Vijayanagara rulers as well. They got hundreds of acres of land from Krishna Devaraya, who used to rule that part of the state at that time. So they began to use their knowledge of Vedas and Sanskrit knowledge, and they also cultivated agriculture, and areca nut was their main occupation. So
Yes.
as the time grew by, sorry.
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
as the time grew by, their families also increased, and the place Kaushika became a bit overcrowded. So they began to migrate a bit more towards north, and they settled in Chikmagalur and Hassan districts as well. There's a place called Hochihalli, Lingadhalli, and Mattur, and you might have heard the name Mattur. It's one of the very
Mm.
few Sanskrit speaking villages in India. It's near Shimoga. So they settled there, and a few families migrated down south of Kaushika to a place called Dodmagge, Masule, Basvapatta, and few other places. So this was the initial migration journey. And after a few years, a few more families migrated from that same place in Tamil Nadu towards a place called Bettadupura, and this place is in Mysore district today, and this is south of Kaushika, and this sect of Sanketis is known as Bettatpur Sankethi. The earlier sect is known as Kaushik Sankethi. So they also have the same traits as the Kaushik Sanketis. They speak similar language, and also they have developed good knowledge of Vedas and all literature languages, and also music as well. So they settled in Bettatpura, and eventually they migrated towards a few villages on the banks of the river Kaveri. So they settled in Rudrapatna, Hansoge, Harve, Saligrama. So these are the places which are at the border of Mysore district
Sali-
and district of
Saligrama. Saligrama also.
Saligrama also. Yes, yeah.
Saligrama is Satish's village.
No, that's a different Saligrama.
Oh,
That's
is
in
it?
Udupi district. Yeah, that's in Udupi district. This one is in Mysore district.
Oh, okay, okay.
So yeah. Okay, so that's the initial journey of Sankethi. So this is a high level if you see in the expanded map. So
Mhm.
even today they are concentrated more on Hassan, Mysuru, Chikmagalur, and Shimoga district. Most of them are in Mysore and Hassan belt. Few of them in Chikmagalur, and a few in Shimoga as well. So this is the initial journey which was undertaken by Nacharama's followers, and being followed by a woman means we give a level of high category for ladies, and we respect them a lot, and cooking is one of the best practices which we follow, and we have some of the unique dishes which only Sanketis prepare, and mostly I think it's been taken from uh, Tamil culture and Malayalam culture, and also amalgamated with Mysore region as well. So mostly in today's uh, life, we can just close the screen sharing. So in today's generation, we mostly follow Mysore's practices. Mostly we have forgotten our Tamil and Malayalam roots, but our language still has traces of Tamil and Malayalam in that. And our food also, if you have visited Chennai, you might have tasted idiyappam and such kind of dishes.
Mhm.
So that is quite popular in our culture also. And there is a dish called urvatlu, and there's a steam idli which we prepare on out of banana leaf, so that also is prepared by us. So cooking is an integral part of Sankethi community. So there is an outlet called Adukale which serves snacks all across Bangalore and all across India as well, which serves chakli, murku, all those things. So that belongs to Sankethi community. You might recognize this logo.
Which
So
one?
uh, this one, I'm
Ah,
just sharing it.
Aditya. Okay. Where is it?
Yeah.
In Bangalore? Huh? This is in
Yeah,
Bangalore.
it's in Bangalore, and it's they're slowly expanding it to other parts of India as well. So
So
they have
where is the
recently
shop?
started.
Where is the shop?
Sorry, Well,
Like which part
this
of
has
Bangalore?
this has multiple shops. One is in Gandhi Bazaar, one is in Malleshwaram. I think we have one more in Indranagar, I think. So there are two, three
Mhm.
outlets in Bangalore. So and you get the products all in all supermarkets. So if you go to any supermarket, you can search for this Adukale products. You can get it. So Adukale in Sankethi means kitchen.
Okay.
So
Adukali is
yeah,
okay.
and it's not a Kannada word; it's a pure Sankethi word, and it's derived out of Malayalam. I think in Malayalam it's called Adukala. So I think
Mhm.
it came from Malayalam. So the same word we have retained it over the years.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So,
that's a
in Kannada ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಮೂರು ನಾಲ್ಕು ಐದು
yes,
ಎಂಟು
yes,
ಒಂಬತ್ತು ಹತ್ತು ಲೈಕ್
yes,
ಆರು
yes,
ಏಳು ಎಂಟು ಒಂಬತ್ತು ಹತ್ತು. So is there
yes.
any difference
Yes,
like
yes.
you tell?
It's a complete difference. In Sankethi, it's Vandu, Randi, Moodu, Nali, Anji, Ari, Olu, Atti, Vambiti, Patti. It
Oh,
sounds
okay.
more like Tamil.
It's Tamil.
It sounds
Okay.
more like Tamil. Yes, yes.
It's more like Tamil. Okay.
So there
And,
is no script.
and
Yeah.
in Sankethi, if you say I love you.
Yankee ni ishto.
Oh, okay. This is more like Malayalam. This is more.
That's a mix actually. It has words from Tamil and Kannada both.
Oh,
And
okay.
we don't have a script of our own. We use Kannada script for writing. We don't write actually that much. For writing, we use
Okay.
Kannada language only. So, but
Yeah.
in case we have to write in Sankethi, then we use Kannada script only.
Right. Then here comes one question. So
Uh-huh.
Sankethi, you tell it is a language or it is a dialect?
It's a language. It's not a
It's a
dialect of
language.
Kannada. It's not a dialect of Kannada. It's a language in itself. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
Yes.
this question I also get to know more often because
Yes. Yes.
Sambalpuri is I tell Sambalpuri is a separate language than Oriya. Okay.
Yes.
But
Similar, I think. Yeah.
people from different part of Orissa they say Sambalpuri is not a language and
Okay.
it is a dialect of Oriya. Okay.
Oh.
And
Okay.
and,
Okay.
and the argument there is no separate script of
Okay.
Sambalpuri.
Okay.
Okay. Then uh,
Okay.
what is your argument if people will tell that Sankethi is not a language, it's a dialect of Karnataka because it is not having a script.
See, even Konkani is a language. It's not a dialect of Kannada, but still, Konkanis use Kannada script while in Karnataka, in Karwar, Mangalore, and all, they use Kannada script. But if
Mhm.
Konkani is written in Goa or Maharashtra side, they use Devanagari script. So script doesn't matter. I mean, it's a language on its own, is what I feel. Dialect is something where we have a difference in accent or the way we speak. For example, North Karnataka is a dialect. The Kannada is spoken quite differently. So that's Kannada only. That's not a different language, but it's a dialect of Kannada. So that becomes a dialect. So Sankethi, Kodava, or even Tulu and Konkani, they are separate languages as such. Yeah.
Yeah, just for the information of everyone, we are not trying to differentiate. Okay, we are trying to
Uh-huh.
understand. So we are not
Yes, yes,
trying to differentiate
exactly.
between languages.
Yes,
We are just trying
yes,
to understand, and we are all proud of all the Indian languages. Okay, so
Yes,
there is
yes. And
okay.
yeah, and also you use Odia script as you said for Sambalpuri, right?
Yeah,
So that's how you integrate or you bond with Odia culture and Odia state as as a whole. That's how even we, as when we write, we integrate with Kannada while we write, and even while we speak, we use a lot of Kannada words, and we got a lot of patronage from Kannada rulers, Mysore Kingdom, Vijayanagara Kingdom. So traditionally, we have got a lot of help from Kannada rulers. So I think we are indebted to them forever. So we'll never leave these roots, is what I feel.
right.
Yeah.
So now Sambalpuri also has developed its own script. Okay, for every.
Ah,
So
okay, okay, okay,
we have developed our own script. There is a guy called
okay,
Hemakanta Sahu. Okay, he is a school
okay,
teacher. He has done very
okay,
hard work and he
okay.
has developed script, but it is yet to be widely accepted. Okay,
Oh,
because
okay, okay.
when you start something new, people will not accept it then and there.
Very difficult to get acceptance. That I understand. First of all, development of script itself is a very huge task, and once we
Right,
develop it, getting acceptance from different people is quite a challenge actually.
right. And
Yeah.
so, what is the population of Sankethi
Not
community?
much. It should be 50,000, less than 1 lakh definitely. So
Okay,
there are, yeah, yeah.
okay. Then, what are the steps being taken to grow this community or to हैव द रूट्स ऑफ द कम्युनिटी इंटैक्ट क्योंकि मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा हूँ क्या
Hmm,
होता है जैसे मेरी बेटी अभी बैंगलोर ब्रॉट अप फुल टोटली ब्रॉट अप इन
hmm,
बैंगलोर ओके
hmm, hmm.
सो
Okay.
शी विल कम टू नो लॉट्स ऑफ फंक्शंस what is
Hmm,
happening in Karnataka or in Bangalore,
hmm.
correct?
Correct. Hmm.
But she may not get to know all the functions what is being celebrated in Orissa or western part of Orissa, correct?
Exactly.
तो slowly
Yeah.
slowly क्या होता है ना वो कल्चरल डिफरेंसेस भी आ जाता है, करेक्ट?
Yes.
तो
Yes.
उसको उसको रखने के लिए
Hmm.
what are the various steps being taken?
Yeah, classic example is my case only. I grew up in Chandigarh. So till my 12th or till I moved out of that place, I didn't know much about Karnataka and Sankethi as a whole. So I knew how Lodi is celebrated, how Baisakhi is celebrated, how Holi is celebrated, but never knew how our local festivals are celebrated because I never lived here. So, but the language was always there. We used to speak only Sankethi at home. So
Mhm.
we never spoke at Kannada at home, so or any other language. We never spoke Hindi or English at home. So we spoke just Sankethi. So that's how I developed that knowledge of the language. So language is the main thing. So if you know your native, your mother tongue, it's always helpful. It helps you reach out to the key people even when you grow up. When I grew up, when I started researching about our culture, our festivals, I spoke to a lot of people from our community. So if I speak to them in Hindi or English, it doesn't help me bond with them. So the local language definitely helps. So first thing we should teach our children that we should converse in whatever native language we speak at home at least. So when we go out, we don't have that control. We can speak in English, Hindi, Kannada, Odia, wherever we go. But at home, definitely we should try to preserve that, and also we should teach our children. Now, earlier there was no YouTube, nothing was there. So now at least we have different medium to show that this is our culture and this is how we celebrate it. This is how our grandmothers used to celebrate. This was the dish which we cooked earlier. This was my favorite dish. So these are things which we can teach them. And also I spoke about that sari which we wear in our
Mhm.
community. So that kind
Mhm.
of sari nobody wears in this age. I mean, it doesn't make sense also to wear it and go outside. So, but at least we
Mhm.
can show old photographs and tell them that this is how our ancestors used to wear. So that's
Yeah,
how
we
we
can show
can.
the photograph now also. We can show the if you have the photograph, we can show it.
Yes, photograph I have. I
Ah,
was just telling about how to preserve. So, okay, can you see?
yeah, I'll just share the
So,
screen.
sure, sure.
Yeah, this is
So,
the
so, so
sari.
this is, yeah, this is the sari which, and this is the style of sari which Nacharama used to wear. when she was migrating from there to here, and this is how she instructed her followers to wear. That this is how you should wear, so that we all can identify ourselves and we can differentiate from others. So earlier in our community, our great grandmothers and all, they used to wear this kind of sari, and even now during some traditional festivals, women wear this kind of sari, but it's widely going now. I mean, nobody kind of prefers to wear this kind of sari.
Okay, now now the other question is,
Uh-huh.
you like the Sankethi people, they migrated from Trinalvelli in Tamil Nadu, uh,
Yes.
Tenkasi,
Tenkasi.
right?
It's in Tenkasi
Yeah.
district. No, yes.
Then actually, I visited all those places. Madurai, from
Okay.
Madurai, you go to Tenkasi, VK Puram, Kutralam, all
Kotralam,
this.
yes, yeah. Very good waterfalls there. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
visited that place,
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
Tenkasi. So
Okay.
when they came to this Mysore state, okay,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
what work they did, because their language no one will be able to understand, and their language, like Mysore language, Kannada language, they will not be able to understand. So how they started their journey?
So, based on what books I have read, they used to be Sanskrit scholars. They used to speak in Sanskrit, and even the scholars in Mysore Kingdom, Vijayanagara Kingdom, the highly qualified priests and all, they used to converse in Sanskrit. So that was the kind of medium for earlier communication. But later on, I think very quickly our people started developing knowledge about Kannada language and the local languages, and I think during Mysore Maharajas, our people were representatives there. So one of the examples I can give is R. Shama Shastri. So
Okay.
everyone must be knowing about Arthashastra, which Chanakya had written way back in second century BC. So that's a very good book of politics, how politics should be run and all. So that was composed during the Magad period. So that copies of that books were lost for a long time. For centuries, it was lost, and even the British thought that Chanakya's work is no more in existence now. And to this R. Shama Shastri's surprise, he found one of the copies of that book, Arthashastra, in Oriental Institute in Mysore. So he is considered the first person to rediscover Chanakya's Arthashastra. So he became popular worldwide. And when fourth Maharaja of Mysore, Krishnaraja Wadiyar, he went to Germany once for some political conference, and nobody recognized that Maharaja. So when Maharaja introduced that I am from Mysore state of India, then the Germans asked, "Are you from the same Mysore from where Shama Shastri hails?" So that means that Germans knew about Shama Shastri and not the Mysore Maharaja. So that was one of the moment of pride for the Sankethis. So that's one thing which I mean, that's a national treasure, Arthashastra, which he discovered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now my question is like, in Orissa, right? In Orissa, if you see, okay,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
it is very easy, like comparatively easy, okay,
Uh-huh.
to
Uh-huh.
know if this person is from western part of Orissa, or non-western part of Orissa. Okay,
Okay.
or the
Okay.
it's very easy. The way we
Okay.
dress up, uh, the way we dress, Sambalpuri dress. Okay, the language we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
kind
Mm-hmm.
of face cut,
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
like kind of
Yeah.
a bit different.
Yeah.
So, is there a way
Uh-huh.
to to distinguish? Okay, this is
Uh-huh.
a Sankethi people, and this is a non-Sankethi person.
No, I don't think because we have completely amalgamated ourselves within the Karnataka and Mysore culture, South Karnataka culture. So we can't differentiate ourselves from, for example, Hoysal Karnataka or any other person who actually is native to Karnataka from
So it
ages.
is like पानी पानी और दूध जैसे मिल जाता है, ऐसे पूरा मिल गया वो.
से पूरा मिल गया. So there is no difference in we speak very fluent Kannada, and we write our mother tongue as Kannada in all the government documents. We don't write Sankethi as our native language, so we write Kannada as our mother tongue.
Okay, but if you write Sankethi as your mother tongue,
Uh-huh.
Okay, will the official state officials tell that Sankethi is not a language,
Yes,
or
it's not a
they
recognized
identify?
language. It's not a
Okay, it's not
recognized
a
language as per Indian this one. Yeah, it's not a recognized
okay.
language. So we have to write Kannada.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
my
So in
other
that way, we can't distinguish ourselves. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, and another question is like all I assume all Sankethi people are Brahmins.
Yes, yes, that's correct.
All,
All. Yeah.
everyone.
Yes.
Correct. So,
Because our yeah, they were Ayers when they came here. So Ayers were primarily Agraharam Brahmins. They lived in Agrahara. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, and you also told that the population is 50,000.
Yes. Yes. Around that.
Okay,
Yeah.
around that, and you
Yeah.
get married within that community, mostly,
Traditionally, yes. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then within that 50,000, whomever you are getting married, he or
Hmm.
she might be your distance some relation.
Yes, yeah. I mean, not relation, but we our forefathers might be knowing their forefathers, so that kind of
Yeah,
relation comes. But it'll
correct.
not be a blood relation because we see if we are not marrying in the same gotra. So
Hmm.
as you say, we don't marry a same gotra means that gene pattern it doesn't match.
Correct.
So
So
yeah.
then, have you seen anything, any medical problem?
Mm-hmm. No,
Any
that kind of problem I haven't seen. But I mean, in earlier days, there used to be like one couple used to have 10 children. Out of that, five used to die. So that can, I mean,
uh,
that used to happen in all communities. That was not specific to Sankethi community, of course. That was there
no,
because medical facilities were not there. Yeah. But other than
yeah.
that, there is no gene defect.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, it was my
Yeah.
question basically. Okay, so
Yeah.
how was the food behavior? Like food, you told that food are different and all those things, but
Mm-hmm.
is there any specific differences between the food served in Sankethi and food served in other communities? You eat
Uh,
same rasam, same sambar rasam, everything would be same, right?
Y-
Uh,
yes, yes. It's more matching with the Mysore side of Karnataka. The Mysore side means Mysore, Tumkur, Hassan, Shivamogga. So that kind of belt, we kind of eat similar kind of food, leaving around two, three dishes. But in Bangalore and few parts in Mysore, they put jaggery in rasam.
hmm.
We don't
Ah,
put jaggery. So
okay.
so that I mean, some families put jaggery also in our community also, but most of the families don't put. So that's one kind of difference, and more or less it's the same. And sambar, we don't prepare sambar as we get in different restaurants in Bangalore. It's kind of we call it pulkeri.
Okay.
In Kannada, it's called huli. In Kannada, it's called huli. We call it
Ah,
pulkeri. It's kind of in Malayalam, it's called pulcheri. So it it sounds similar to Malayalam. So a kind of taste is different, and it's more grainy when you eat that. So it's kind of a different texture. You can feel that. So
yeah.
it's not typical sambar which you get elsewhere. Yeah, in Karnataka.
Okay. So
Yeah.
another like other question is all
Uh-huh.
these 50,000 people, they are in staying different villages
Yes, traditionally they used to stay in different villages. Yes.
right
Yes.
now also.
And now a lot of people have migrated to Bangalore, Mysore, and outside India also. But their names have their village names in the beginning. Actually, I don't have it because I grew up in North India. But my wife has the name of her village Hansoge. My father has his village name, that is Rudrapatna. So such kind of I mean, first name will be the village name, middle name will be father's name, third name will be the person's name. So that's the kind of nomenclature we follow traditionally because we retain the village name along with us.
Okay. So now
Yeah.
comes with the uh, instead what happens in a state
Uh-huh.
you would be having lots of literary awards, right? So
Uh.
Kannada awards, then Konkani awards, Tulu awards, and all those, like the government will
Yes.
be giving awards to writers. So how about
Yes.
your Sankethi?
Yeah, one example I gave was Shama Shastri, who was awarded a lot from the Mysore Maharajas. After that, I'll tell you an interesting history about my own native village, my father's village, which is Rudrapatna. It's called the village of music. It has produced so many musicians, which no other village in India has produced. I think Carnatic music I'm talking about. So it has produced dozens of musicians, and that too quite popular in Carnatic music, and lot of people have got very huge, high, prestigious awards, and few of them are even Padma Shri awardees. So
Hmm.
that kind of village, I'll show you the one second.
Yeah, please.
So let me know if you are able to see.
Yes.
So this is our village, and this is a tamburi shaped temple which
Hmm.
and this is a temple made out of different swara, saptaswara mandira, wherein we tap these stones and it makes different different kind of sound actually. Each pillar makes a different sound. So that village is dedicated to music completely, and that village is uh, I mean, it has produced so many musicians, and it hosts Sangeetotsava, that is a musical festival every year.
Okay.
So it's called Rudrapatna Sangeetotsava, and the person who has been reviving this is R.K. Padmanabha, who himself is a great musician, and he got a title of Ganakala Bhushna. So
Hmm.
he has developed that village, and that village is now called as Sangeeta Grama, which means that it's the village of music. I
Okay.
mean, this adds.
Yeah, you can skip it. Ah.
Yeah, one second. So okay, I'll show you this folder. One second. So these are the musicians. I mean, outside that temple, you can see
Hmm.
the photos of different musicians which this village has produced. So,
Okay.
so many musicians you can see around 50, 60 musicians. Photos are displayed there. So some are vocal, some are violinist, veena, so different instruments. So it's kind of a magical place which is on the banks of the river Kaveri. So
Hmm.
I mean, it kind of influenced the people, I think, to become musicians. So yeah, I mean, people have seen their peers, their friends, their fathers become musicians. So they also got inspiration from them to become musicians. So
Okay.
yeah, this is the
So
temple.
what is a typical Sankethi house looks like?
Uh, Okay, this is a typical Sankethi house wherein you have a courtyard and you have that raised platform outside. So that is for sitting. If you come and receive some guests, they can relax there for some time before getting inside for meals and all. So that kind of environment is there, and also. I mean, rainwater harvesting was given a priority earlier, and I think
Okay.
it's not specific to Sankethi, of course. It's there in most of the other communities, also in villages of Karnataka. So this is kind of a totti mane, wherein we have that slot in the middle of the living room, wherein the rainwater comes and gets collected. So that rainwater is used for washing utensils, and they make sure that they don't use the normal water for all these things. So that kind of preservation they do.
Okay.
So that's
So
yeah.
you told about the village where everyone speak in Sanskrit,
Yes,
and
yes,
it is your village, and you have done lots of videos, and you have gone all
yes,
of it. So we
yes,
want to
yes.
know about that. How they are able to secure their culture like that.
Yes, as I told you long back, those people came from Kaushika and they settled in the village called Mattur, and there is an adjacent village called Hosalli, which is on the other side of River Tunga. So the River Tunga flows there, and people still follow, and lot of people still stay there. Not only the old generation, even the younger generation people also stay there, and there are Veda Pathshalas, there are Sanskrit Pathshalas there, and they teach Sanskrit not only within the community, but the Pathshala teaches for the other communities also. People, even normal people can go there and register. They can learn Vedas and different and Sanskrit language also. So that's how they have preserved it, and they follow their rituals. quite regular. I mean, quite traditionally. I mean, they don't miss anything. Sandhya Vandana or any other puja, any other festival, they don't miss it. So they religiously follow it. So that's how they have preserved that culture. Within the community, they don't speak Sanskrit; they speak Sankethi only.
Okay.
But they are very well fluent in Sanskrit language also. So
Mm-hmm.
if you go if you are a pandit of Sanskrit language, you can easily go and communicate with them easily.
Yeah, yeah, I can definitely.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
scored
yeah.
98 marks out of 100 in Sanskrit.
Wonderful. Then you can easily converse with them.
I can.
So
I would really love to go there. Okay, I'll go with you. Okay,
yeah, yeah,
so
definitely, definitely. Yeah,
so that I get good food as well.
yeah, sure, sure, definitely. You can taste the local food also.
Yeah.
And I'm showing one video here. There's a temple in Kaushika which has the image of Nacharama, the lady who led us. This is the image of Nacharama.
Mm-hmm.
So she is worshipped in that temple. That's the only temple which has her image actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Nacharamma. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. So anything else on Sankethi? Sankethi people,
Let,
Sankethi community.
let
Because
me
I do not
see.
know anything. You have to tell.
I think I've covered most of the stuff. A few people have got Padma Shri, and there is this art called Gamaka. I don't know whether you know that art or not. It's a kind of storytelling in the form of music. So
Mm-hmm.
Sanketis have expertise in that art actually. And recently, HR Keshavmurthy from our community, he got Padma Shri. Unfortunately, he passed away recently.
Okay.
He got Padma Shri from our president, I think in 2022. So
Mm-hmm.
for Gamaka, so Gamaka is native to Karnataka. It's a kind of an art form which is storytelling. So if you Google for Gamaka art form, you can just find it, find a lot of videos on how it's done and how music plays a role in that one.
Hmm. Okay.
So
Fine.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's about it. I think which I had. And a few villages which I highlighted was Mattur, which you already know, Rudrapatna. These
Hmm.
two villages are quite famous, and there are other villages also which have their own importance. But I think it's not kind of a proper tourist destination, so you can go there, you can taste the local cuisine there, and you can visit local temples and come back. So it kind of such kind of villages which are preserved by the Sankethi community. So
Okay.
yeah, and also there is a kind of distinction between the Sankethi language which is spoken in Bettadpura and Kaushika, and there are few others also like Lingdhalli and one more I forgot. So there are three or four different classes of that language. The vocabulary differs a bit, but most of the
Mm-hmm.
words are same, and whatever they speak we understand, and whatever we speak they understand. But there is kind of difference within our community also.
Okay. So
Yeah.
both languages also get married with each other.
Yes, yes, yeah. Earlier they didn't used to get married, but now I think it's very common that Kaushik Sankethi and Bitterpur Sankethi get married with each other, and also we are marrying outside the Sankethi community also.
Is it okay?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
good. So yeah, I was inviting you to one of the festival, right? I was telling we have a festival on 24th of this month, Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes, yes, yeah. That's very
right.
interesting. You said, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting festival for everyone in Karnataka who are seeing this show or who will see this particular video afterwards also. So I want to just tell few details about that festival. What is that festival? Okay. So the way you have Onam, you have in South India Onam, Sankranti, Pongal, it's all harvest festival, right? In western part of Orissa, the Nuakhai. Okay, Nuakhai is
Okay.
also a harvest festival. So Nua means new,
Hmm.
okay,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Khai means to eat.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
So we eat new harvest,
Okay.
new harvest on the Panchami Tithi.
Ah,
Like
okay.
today is tomorrow is Ganesh Chaturthi.
Mm-hmm.
So in our place it is on 19th. So on 20th is our Nuakhai festival. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and if you say this is the this is the rice grains, the paddy grains.
First
Okay,
harvest.
first harvest, and I have got this
Uh,
from Sambalpur. Okay, from
that's really
Sambalpur.
nice.
So people
So,
what they will do, they will take
mhm.
this and they will mix it with the rice. They will
Uh-huh.
give it to their own god. Like own
Okay.
every family has a god, right? Every family has
Yes.
a
Yes.
uh,
Family deity.
family deity. Okay,
Yeah.
they will
Yeah.
give it to the family deity. But in Western
Uh-huh.
Orissa, what happens is like Samleswari is the mostly people worship Samleswari in Western
Uh-huh.
Orissa, Jharkhand part, and Chhattisgarh. So
Yeah.
we will definitely give to our own deity, but
Mm-hmm.
Samleswari will give. Then we will eat the food, and the best
Okay.
part is after we finish eating, okay,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
we can go anyone's house after that,
Okay.
but
Okay.
not before doing the puja.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
So,
correct
so
because
that's
everyone
that. Sorry.
because
Sorry.
everyone has their
Continue.
own deity,
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So
and
that's
and then
celebrated two times a year.
yeah, see once is a Nuakhai. Okay,
Uh, uh,
it is celebrated in the Panchami Tithi, like
hmm.
Ganesh Chaturthi Panchami. Okay,
Yeah.
next day of Ganesh
Uh,
Puja. The second one because we have double harvest, two harvest. The
okay.
okay, the second one it is in the month of January near
Okay.
Sankranti.
Uh,
Okay, that is
okay.
also a different kind of festival. Same harvest
Okay.
festival, but
Okay.
it's
Kind
a
of
different
different.
festival.
Different
But
festival.
most
Okay.
important is this Nuakhai. The Nuakhai festival
Ah.
is very
Okay. Okay.
and the best part is all the younger people
Uh-huh.
they will do namaskara to all the elder people.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Not only the. Okay.
whether they know them or they do not know them.
Okay. This is interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so if I
Yeah.
think someone is elder to me, then
Uh,
I'll go and do namaskara
okay. Okay.
to him. So
Okay. That's nice.
you can tell your
Sure.
YouTube
Sure.
friends, okay,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
On 24th of September, Sar
Okay.
M. Viswesvaraya College ground, okay,
Okay.
near
Okay.
near Kempford Mall, that old airport road,
Okay.
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 The whole day function is there.
Okay.
It will be a cultural function. It will
Okay.
be a folk
Okay.
function.
Okay.
And last year we had done one what is that one mixed kind of Dollu Punita from Karnataka
Dollu
and
Punita.
Sambalpuri band. They had both
Fusion.
fusion. Yeah, they have done
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
fusion.
Yeah.
So it was very
That's
good.
really nice. That's
Uh,
really nice. Yeah.
I wish
So
you could
that
come, but you are
that
not in Bangalore, right?
yeah, yeah. I'm not there, but definitely in future, if you have any such more events, definitely I'll be interested in
Yeah,
joining. And also, it's very heartening to see that you try to integrate with the local culture also,
yes,
like
yes,
Dollu Punita and the
yeah,
languages and all. So that's
mhm,
really good to know. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
ಎಲ್ಲರೂ
And of
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್
course,
ಬನ್ನಿ ಈ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ,
of course, of course. Now
24
definitely I'll come.
24 ದಿನಾಂಕ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್,
24ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು.
4ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಎಂ
Uh,
ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರಯ್ಯ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್,
uh,
ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ರೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
Old
ಓಕೆ,
airport road. Okay, very good. Now they'll come
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್
definitely.
ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ಯುವರ್
Uh,
ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ದೇರ್. ಓಕೆ,
okay,
ಸೊ
sure. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
they can come and you can give my number to them. They will
Yes.
contact me.
They can directly
Okay.
walk in, or do they have to get some
Yeah, we
pass?
can. Yeah, we can. Yeah, there is a pass required, but
Okay,
special
okay,
privileges
okay,
should
okay,
be given
okay.
to few
Oh,
people.
okay, okay, okay. Sure, sure. I'll share your
Okay,
number with whoever
uh,
is interested.
right.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll finish our talk now. Okay, but before finishing, you know that Samleswari Devi I used to tell, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see the alti of like how puja is done there. And the good thing is, yesterday we registered our Samleswari Devi Trust in Bangalore,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we are going to construct one temple, Samleswari temple in Bangalore.
Oh,
Okay, very
okay.
soon.
Oh, that's nice. Where is it going to be constructed?
In Vartur.
Oh, Varthur. Okay, okay.
Mhm.
So let me know
So,
once it's completed. So
yeah, yeah,
I'll like to visit it.
correct. So,
So that's nice.
we'll see the puja and finish it.
Okay. One more thing, Arun.
तो ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ଯେନ୍ ଯେନ୍ ମାନେ ଦେଖିଲେ। ନେକ୍ସଟ ସଣ୍ଡେ ଆଉ ଜଣକୁ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଳାକାର के ଆମେ ଡାକମା, ସେ ଆମର ଓଡ଼ିଶାରୁ। ତ ତାଙ୍କ ସାଙ୍ଗେ କଥା ଲାଗମା। କାଲି ଗଣେଶ ପୂଜା, ତ ସମସ୍ତେ ଭଲସେ ଗଣେଶ ପୂଜା ସେଲିବ୍ରେଟ କରିବେ। ଆଜି ବିଶ୍ୱକର୍ମା ପୂଜା ଏଛେନ୍ ସେଲିବ୍ରେଟ ହଉଥିବା। ହୀରାକୁଦରେ ତ ବହୁତ ବଢିଆ ସେ ହେସି। ତାପରେ ପରଦିନ ହଉଛି ଆମର ନୂଆଖାଇ, ଯେନ୍ଟା କି ସମସ୍ତେ ନିଜ ନିଜର ଘରେ ଡେଫିନେଟଲି ସେଲିବ୍ରେଟ କରିବେ। ଭଲସେ ସେଲିବ୍ରେଟ କରିବେ, ଭଲସେ ସମସ୍ତେ ରହିବେ। ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଆଉ ଥରେ ଗଣେଶ ପୂଜାର ଅଭିନନ୍ଦନ। ନୂଆଖାଇର ଜୁହାର ଏଛେନ୍ ନାଇଁ କହେ, ଫେର୍ ନୂଆଖାଇ ଦିନ ହେବା ବେଲେ ଅନଲାଇନ୍ ଆସମା, ସମସ୍ତ ନୂଆଖାଇ ଜୁହାର ଭେଟ ହେମା। ଆଜି ଲାଗି ହେତ୍କି। ଆଉ ମୋର ଆଡୁ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଜୁହାର। ସମସ୍ତେ ଭଲସେ ଥିବେ।
Bak 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 bakal.